And we are back on the campus of El Dorado Springs High School to bring you the third pool play match of the day for the Lady Cougars between the College Heights Lady Cougars and the El Dorado Springs Lady Bulldogs. And here we are, getting ready to start the match with, I believe, El Dorado Springs will start out serving. And it appears that number 15, Piper Spencer, or not Spencer, it'll be number 10, Reese Schaff, serving for El Dorado. And yes, it will be Schaff serving for El Dorado. Schaff will serve. That's a high one picked up by Yukina. Collins setting outside. She'll send it over. Dug by Schaff. Tipped over by Tevi Gurley. Collin picked up by Mead. And Lauren Yukina, great dig by Reese Schaff. But it goes into the net as Eldo's unable to pick it up, and College Heights gets the first point of the match. Rounding out the starters will be Alexis Collins, number 1, number 2, Tevi Gurley, number 7, Macy Mays, number 20, Grace Mead, number 10, Reese Schaff, and number 11, Neely Schaff. Going outside, Gurley will get the kill to give El Dorado their first point of the match. Coming in for Grace Mead will be the libero, number 3, Tenley Stewart. Stewart will step up and serve. That's picked up by Messina. Collin will set outside. Yukina tips it over. Great dig by Schaff. And that'll be sent over by Collins, the freshman. Collin dug by Neely Schaff. That's sent over by Tevi Gurley. Lawrence, Collin. Yukina dug by Stewart. Schaff outside to Collins, dug by Lawrence. Collin over her head, picked up by Collins. And Macy Mays shanked by Yukina, and Mays gets her first kill of the match, putting Eldo up 6-5. Serving for the Lady Bulldogs will be Stewart again. Collin. And Yukina sends it over, and a kill for Lauren Yukina to tie it up at 6. Set is tied, and now Maddie Collin will step back to serve for the Lady Cougars. Collin will step up and send it over. That is picked up by Schaff, and that'll be a lift on El Dorado, giving College Heights a 1-point lead. Maddie Collins stepping up. She will send this one over. That is Schaff. Reese Schaff to Mays. She'll tip it over. Collin. Messina. Woodford sends it over. Mays. Set by Schaff going outside to Collins. Collins with a great angle hit and a kill. And Alexis Collins will go to the service line for Eldo. She will send this one over. That's picked up by Messina. Collin outside. Lawrence tools the block and gets the kill. Lead is back up to 1 for College Heights, leading by a score of 8-7. Lauren Yukina will go to the service line for the Lady Cougars. She will send it over. It's picked up by Stewart. And I believe that was Mays on the kill, tying it up again at 8. And now number 2, Tevi Gurley will send it over. Picked up by Yukon. And that'll be an ace for Gurley to give Eldo the lead. Score is 9-8 now in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. Serve is up. Gurley. She will set to Schaff. Tipped by Griesemer. She will set Collin, and she is denied by Mays. Woodford will free ball. Stewart set to Mays. She will get the kill off of Collin, and the lead swells to 2. Macy Mays with another hard-driven kill. And the serve from Gurley picked up by Griesemer. Set from Schaff. Gurley back to Schaff. She'll tip it over. Dug by Griesemer. Collin sets. That'll be a double hit on Collin. Gurley will serve again, a line drive. Griesemer shanks it. Collin will recover. A tight set way outside, and Griesemer can't tip it over, and the lead will swell to 4 for El Dorado. And Gurley picked up by Yukon. Collin setting Lawrence, and that'll be just too far out as the lead swells to 5 for the Lady Bulldogs. Gurley will serve again. That is picked up by Griesemer. Collin right back out to Griesemer, and she is denied by Schaff and Mays. And that'll draw a timeout from Coach Collin and the Lady Cougars as they will look to make a few adjustments and get out of this early hole. And coming out of the timeout, serving for El Dorado will still be Tevi Gurley. Lawrence picks up the serve. She'll collect the set from Collin. A dig from Gurley going outside. And Neely Schaff. Lawrence. Collin trying to get under it. She won't be able to. And the lead swells to 7 for El Dorado. And Gurley will go back to serve once again, looking to continue her run. Gurley sends it over, and that will sail out. Marley Woodford will go back to the service line. Lady Cougars trailing by 6. She'll send this one over. That's picked up by Schaff. And Mays sends it over and gets the kill. Macy Mays. Score is now 16-9. And now Mays will go back to serve for El Dorado. She will send this one over. That is picked up by Collin. Griesemer. Collins. Set from Gurley. Goes to Schaff. Great dig by Yukon. Collin will set Griesemer, and she is denied at the net. Fanning. Collin sends it over and out. Lead swells to 8, and Mays will go back to the service line for the Lady Bulldogs. Serve from Mays, picked up by Griesemer. Collin. And the set from Schaff goes to Meade. She will tool the block and get the kill. Serves on the way from Mays. A short one picked up by Yukon. Collin. Lawrence. Sends that one out. Lead is up to double digits now for the Lady Bulldogs. Serves on the way from Mays. Griesemer, Collin, back out to Griesemer. She'll send it over. Schaff, Gurley, sent over by Neely Schaff, and that'll be a kill for the freshman, Neely Schaff. Serving again will be Mays. She'll send that over and out. Serving for College Heights will be Addie Lawrence as the Lady Cougars trail by 10. Picked up by Schaff. Reese Schaff sends it over. Dug by Griesemer. Collin dumps it over and gets the kill. Lead is down to 9 as Addie Lawrence goes back to the service line. Lawrence sends that one over. That is picked up and shanked by Schaff. And that'll be an ace for Addie Lawrence. And now Lawrence will step back to serve again. That one is picked up. Set by Gurley, goes to Schaff. Collin, Griesemer, Mays. Set from Gurley, goes to Neely Schaff. College Heights keeps it up but can't send it over. Lead is back up to 9 for El Dorado. Neely Schaff, the freshman, will serve. That is picked up by Yukonaw. Collin will set outside. Griesemer, dug by Schaff. And that's sent over by Collins. Yukonaw, that one is tipped over. College Heights scrambling to send it over. They won't be able to. And that'll be a point for El Dorado as they now lead by 10. Score is 22-12 in favor of the Lady Bulldogs. Once again, Schaff will serve. She'll send that over. A line drive picked up by Messina. Collins setting outside. Griesemer picked up by Mays. And that'll be a point for El Dorado as College Heights was in. Well, not in the net. It was hit outside the antenna. Schaff will serve. She'll send this one over. Yukonaw. Great effort on the one-arm pass. But it will ricochet off her arm as the lead swells to 12. And leading by a score of 24-12. Schaff will serve for the Bulldogs at set point. Griesemer will send this one over. That is in. Or it's not in, and that will be outside the antenna. And El Dorado will take the first set by a baker's dozen, winning 25-12. And we will be back with the second set here in a few minutes. So who do I have so far? And coming out of the intermission, Ava Messina will serve. That's picked up by Mays. Set from Schaff. Goes to Mead, and Mead will get the kill to start the second set. Eldo gets the first point, leading by a score of 5-4. That is sent over by Schaff, and that'll be an ace as Messina can't handle the serve. Lead is now 2 by a score of 6-4 for El Dorado. Schaff sends this one over. Griesemer, Collin setting outside. Yukina. Griesemer, Collin sets Yukina. She'll send it over, and El Dorado was in the net, and that'll be a point for College Heights, their first of the set. Lauren Yukina probably would have gotten the kill anyway, but regardless, it's still a point, so we will take it. Maddie Collin going back to the service line for the Lady Cougars. She'll send this one over. That's picked up by Gurley. Schaff setting outside to Mead. Mead gets the kill off of Collin and pushes the lead back up to 2 for El Dorado. And the Lady Bulldogs lead by a score of 7-5 early in the second set. Gracie Mead will step back to serve. She'll put it in play. That's picked up by Messina. Collins sets behind her head to Yukina. Yukina just a bit too far as it sails out. Lead swells to 3 for the Lady Bulldogs. Serving again will be Gracie Mead. She'll step up, send this one over. Yukina picks it up. Collin bumps it back to Woodford. She will free ball. Mead set from Schaff. Goes to Collin. She'll tip it over. Collin with the dig. Overpass. Tipped over by Collins. Lawrence can't handle it, and the lead swells to 4. Score is 9-5 in favor of El Dorado. Mead will look to continue her service run. She'll send this over. That's picked up by Griesemer. Collins setting outside. Lawrence, that one is tooled at the net by Lawrence. Blocked at the net by Schaff. And it appears Collins, but Lawrence is able to tool the block and get the kill and cut the lead down to 3. Lauren Yukina, meanwhile, will go back to the service line. She will send this over. That is picked up by Stewart. And Mays sends it over. A great hit. Collin, Messina, and that one is a tight pass into the net. Lawrence can't handle it, and the lead is back up to 4. And the serve from Alexis Collins this time is shanked by Yukina, and that'll be an ace for Alexis Collins. Collins will step up and send this one over. A line drive, shanked by Griesemer, and another ace for Collins. Back-to-back aces for the budding freshman. Lead swells to 6. Score is 12-6 in favor of El Dorado. Collins is back to serve once again. She will put the ball in play. That's picked up by Yukina. Collins sets middle to Lawrence. She is denied at the net by Mays, and that'll push the lead to 7 for the Lady Bulldogs. Collins will go back to the service line. She will send this one over. A short serve. Great dig by Yukina. Collins tips it over. Mays. Schaff pushes it over. Dug by Yukina. Collins sets Griesemer. She goes into the net, and the lead swells to 8. Scores 14-6 now. Collins will head back to the service line. She will send this over, and Griesemer is going for the dig, as was Lawrence, and Lawrence will shank it and send it out of bounds, and that'll be an ace for Alexis Collins. Collins will go back to the service line, looking to push the lead to double digits. Served by Collins, picked up by Griesemer. Messina, Yukina, they won't be able to send it over. Score is 16-6 in favor of El Dorado. Collins going back to the service line. She'll send this one over. That's picked up by Yukina. Collins bumps that. Woodford goes into the net. Lead swells to 11. Collins once again going back to the service line. She'll send it over. That's picked up by Yukina. Collin setting outside. Griesemer pushes it over. That won't count. And that will be enough to push the lead to a dozen. That'll draw a timeout from Coach Mary Collin in College Heights. And coming out of the timeout, serving again will be Collins for El Dorado Spring. She'll send that over. Yukina picks it up. Collins sets middle to Lawrence, and Lawrence rises up and gets the kill, cutting the lead back down to 11. Libby Fanning will come into the match for Ava Messina, and Marley Woodford will step back to serve. Woodford will send it through the air. A high arcing serve picked up by Stewart. Gurley will set Neely Schaff, and she'll get the kill, tooling the block from Fanning and pushing the lead back to 12. Messina will come back in for Woodford. And now the serve from Gurley picked up by Griesemer. Messina. Griesemer sends it over. Neely Schaff. And Gurley sets Reese Schaff. That one will drop, and that'll be a kill for Reese Schaff. I'll send Gurley back to the service line. Gurley sends it over, picked up by Yukina. Griesemer. Fanning will send that one back, picked up by Stewart. And that one is set by Gurley, sent over by Schaff. Collins sets Lawrence, she'll tip it over, dug by Reese Schaff. Gurley sets middle to Mays, and she is denied. El Dorado rallying to get under it. They won't be able to, and College Heights will get the point, cutting the lead down to 12. And now Addie Lawrence will step up to serve. She'll send it over. A neck raiser, Stewart and Gurley. Somehow they free ball and get it over. Collin. Lawrence blocked at the net by Mays. And now Macy Mays will step up to serve. That's picked up by Yukina. Collin tries to tip it over, dug by Schaff. Set by Gurley, and that's tipped over by Griesemer. That will go out. Lead swells to 14 now, I believe. Score is 22-8 in favor of El Dorado Springs. Mays will send this one over. That is out. Griesemer will step up to serve. College Heights trailing by a score of 22-9 in the second set. Griesemer sends it over. That's picked up by Mays. And Gurley. Collins will send that one way too deep. And the score is now 22-10. College Heights only trails by a dozen now. Griesemer will step up to serve again. She'll send this over. That's picked up by Mays. Gurley will set. And Reese Schaff, dug by Griesemer. Collin tips it over. And that is tipped right back over by Gracie Mead. El Dorado leading by 13 points. Serve from Schaff. Yukina sends it over. And free ball from Collins, picked up by Lawrence. Collins setting outside. Lauren Yukina, that is tipped. Dug by Mays, set from Gurley outside to Collins, and she tools the block from Fanning. Leads up to 14 for El Dorado. And now Schaff will go to the service line. El Dorado leading by a score of 24-10. Serving from match point here is Schaff. She'll send it over. Griesemer, Collin, Yukina into the net, and that'll be the match. El Dorado takes the second set 25-10 after taking the first one 25-12. And we will be back. I don't know exactly when. I will check. And we will be back at approximately, I would say, either 1 or 2 o'clock to cover the bracket play portion of this tournament. So we will see you then. As always, I'm Curtis Davenport.